Hi students, I am Gauri Smart. You are watching Gauri Smart channel. Today onwards, I am going to teach 30 days free CBSE maths coaching. So in the CBSE this year, they are going to conduct term 1 exam which is having only objective tests. So that's what I am going to start this 30 days free CBSE maths coaching. In this, mathematics basic will be covered and mathematics standards will be covered. So what will be there and what is this coaching details? Let us see here. Daily one video will be posted at 7 p.m. So daily one video will be posted at 7 p.m. So it will be premiere live. So you can ask anything if you have any doubts in the live chat. And also daily 7 p.m. you have definitely getting one video here. And second thing, after 7 p.m. video, 8 p.m. one grand test will be there. One grand test will be there. So it will be in all groups. So the link will be in all groups. I will send here. So I will send. So if you want to join the WhatsApp groups. Those will be in the description. So 10 WhatsApp groups will be there. Only one group you have to join. Otherwise I will remove you. And after writing test, you are going to get all India ranks next day. All India ranks I am going to give, because this exam will be written by students in our India. So every state student is eligible to write this test because CBSE is a central syllabus. Next, so one day is concept, second day is top 15 basic models, third day is top 15 standard models. So first day is concept. For example, this is a real numbers. First day is real number. And tomorrow you are going to get top 15 basic models explanation. And next day you are going to get top 15 standard models explanation. So the exam grand test also same. Today basic concept bits and tomorrow is basic today is concept bits and tomorrow basic bits and day of tomorrow standard bits. Like that one chapter will be completed. So we have 8 chapters. For one chapter 3 days. So 8 chapter means 8 3s are 24 days. 24 days. So still 6 days are there. Those are for grand test or model papers. Model papers explanation. So model papers explanation. So this is the 30 days free CBSE maths coaching you are going to get. And also one more thing, this is free. This is free for all. So please inform to your students or please inform to your friends, colleagues or your relatives or your neighbors, anybody, please inform, because this is a free, absolutely free. Those who want to pass in mathematics or those who want to get first class. So if you watch these 30 days, you will get first class or first division in the exam, in the maths exam. Either first class or first division you will get in the maths exam. Sir, I don't want first class. Sir, I don't want first division. I don't want pass. I want 100% marks in mathematics if you want. So some students may be there. So they have desire to get full marks in mathematics. For them, I am going to conduct Zoom classes. But it will be before 10 days. So before 10 days exams, I am going to conduct Zoom classes. That Zoom classes will be having top 500 plus bits. Top 500 plus bits explanation. So every bit will be explained in shortcut. So in choosing, so means eliminating method, reasoning or logic. So using logics, reasoning and shortcuts only you will get the answer. So no need of doing every problem, because objective no need. You have to choose only one answer. That's enough. So no need of doing everything. So shortcuts, using shortcuts only I am explaining in Zoom class. In our regular class also shortcuts only I will explain. If you like these shortcuts, you can join in the Zoom class. And also one more thing I am going to explain, that is extra study level. This will be also before 10 days. Before 10 days the exam, I am going to conduct extra study level. So in this also daily you are going to get So most practicable bits and most very important bits I am going to explain. So already extra study level for AP and Telangana. Already for AP and Telangana, in the Telangana state and in Andhra Pradesh state, who are going to write CBSE because they know Telugu very well. So that's what I explain Telugu and English both languages. So if they want means they can buy in my app. That app is Gauri Smart. It will be in the Google Play Store. So go to the app Gauri Smart. In that app, go to store. So you will find the extra study level for AP and Telangana students. So you can buy and you can learn there. So these are the details about 30 days free CBSE maths coaching. So now we don't want to waste our time. Let us go for first lesson concept. Each and every concept I am going to explain. So because concept oriented bits are there for basic students and also standard students. So now let us start real numbers. Okay, now real number concept. Using concept also they are going to give concept oriented bits, that is understanding. So we have application, understanding, reasoning. So like that some strategies are there. So these strategies we have to follow. So we have to follow. Now listen, real numbers concept. The first thing is number system. So the number system is most very important. So what are those? Let us discuss here. The first one is most very important, that is natural numbers. So what is this natural numbers? Counting numbers are called natural numbers. Counting numbers are called natural numbers. See here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we are counting. So how we are counting? We are counting in natural way. So we are naturally counting. So that's what these numbers are called, natural numbers. Counting numbers are called natural numbers. It is denoted with n. It is denoted with n. So n is equal to set of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. So counting numbers are called natural numbers. It is denoted with n and it is set by set of 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. If you observe clearly, the least natural number is 1. The least natural number is 1. So because we are starting with 1, so that's what it is least. That's what it is least. And also we can say that the largest natural number or the biggest natural number or the highest natural number is undefined. Is undefined because nothing is there and so on. So it is not stopping anywhere. So undefined or infinite or infinite. And also if you observe, every natural number is obtained by adding 1 to the preceding number. Most very important. Every number is obtained by adding 1 to the previous number or preceding number. See, 4 I am obtaining, how I am getting? So adding the 1 to the preceding number or previous number. So these are the basic concept oriented bits will be coming. What is the difference between two successive natural numbers? So they will ask. So difference between two successive natural numbers is 1, because 3 and 4 if I take difference is 1. So 3 minus 4 is minus 1. So they don't ask like that. So what is the difference between two consecutive natural numbers? Two consecutive natural numbers means 3 and 4, 5, 6 or 8, 9 like that. So difference is 1. So these are the full details about natural numbers. Natural numbers. And if you take any number, the before number is 2, that is called presider, and after number is called successor. What is the successor of 4? That is 5. What is the presider of 4? That is 3. So like that also they may ask. Now in this natural number, 0 is not there. 0 is not there. So if you put 0 here, then it will be having new system, that is whole number system. That is whole number system. Now we can say, or we can define, the natural numbers along with 0. The natural numbers along with 0 are called whole numbers. The natural numbers along with 0 are called whole numbers. It is denoted with W. So W is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. So very easy definition. In the natural number 0 is not there. So 0 is not there. That's what we are including 0 here, and we are giving a name, new name, that is whole numbers. The natural numbers along with 0. The natural numbers along with 0 are called whole numbers. It is starting letter W. So that's why it is denoted W. Whole numbers are denoted with W because whole numbers starting letter W. So the natural numbers along with 0 are called whole numbers. Now here the least whole number is 0. The least whole number is 0. The least whole number what? 0. The highest whole number is undefined or infinite. Undefined or infinite. Here also same thing. Successor, predecessor, everything what we learn in the natural number same is applicable to whole number because only 1 0 is added. Nothing is there. Now in this whole numbers, what is not there? What are numbers missing here in whole numbers? In whole numbers, negative numbers are missing. So there is no negative numbers. If I want to do any sum using negative number, I can't take from whole number. So that's what I am including. We are including negative numbers. We are including negative numbers. Means, see here, observe, all negative numbers I am including. All negative numbers, these all negative numbers including in whole number. 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Now it is having a new name, that is Z, that is called integers. That is called integers. Now you can say that the negative numbers along with whole numbers, or the whole numbers along with negative numbers are called integer. The whole numbers which are having negative numbers, are called integers. The whole numbers along with integers, or the whole number which are having negative numbers, are called integers. So generally we got the doubt. Natural number starting with n, so it is denoted with n. Whole number starting letter W, so it is denoted with W. Then integer starting letter is I, but why it is denoted with Z? Can anyone know here? Yes. If you don't know, I am here, you don't fear, I am going to say. I is irrational numbers also useful. So some students or somewhere in some mathematics textbooks, I means irrational number. Irrational numbers denoted with I. So that's what they did not use I here. So they have used Z. And also one more reason is there, that is these numbers are found by Jahalon, or these numbers are used by Jahalon. So who is the famous mathematician? So that's what Jahalon, the starting letter is Z, so we are denoting integers as Z letter, And here most very important point is, there is no least number, there is no highest number. The least integer is undefined. So you can say -3. No, then I will say -4 will be there. If you say -99, then I will say -100 is the least number. If you say -1999, then I will say -2000 will be there. That is the least compared to -1999. So like that, there is no least number, there is no highest number. In integers, there is no least number, there is the highest number. The least integer is undefined, the largest integer is undefined. Now, if you observe clearly in integers, some numbers are missing. Means some numbers are not there for doing sums. Those are fractions. Those are fractions. So if I include the fractions here, then we can say a new name, that is rational numbers. That is rational numbers. Now we can say that here, take any two numbers in integers. Take any two numbers in integer. Divide first number with second number. Divide first number with second number. Then you will get rational numbers. Then you will get rational. Now we can say the definition. If p comma q are integers, if p comma q are integers and q not equal to 0 and q not equal to 0, see, whole numbers are coming from natural numbers, integers are coming from whole numbers, so rational numbers obviously coming from integers, so like that. So development will be there, development will be there. Now if p comma q are integers and q not equal to 0, then the numbers which are in the form of p by q, then the numbers which are in the form of p by q are called rational numbers, are called rational numbers. It is denoted with q, it is denoted with q. Once again repeating, if p comma q are integers, if p comma q are integers and q not equal to 0 and q not equal to 0, then the numbers which are in the form of p by q, then the numbers which are in the form of p by q are called rational numbers, are called rational numbers. Here I have two doubts. One is, why we are not taking q 0? We are saying, so we are mentioning, we are emphasizing q must not be 0, q should not be 0. That is the one doubt, my doubt, and your doubt also. And why it is denoted with q? So it is rational number starting letter r, so we can represent r now. So why we are representing q? These two doubts I am having. So for you are also having doubts. So now I will clarify. Why we are not taking q 0 means, see here, p by q, division of 0 is undefined. We learned in the lower classes, division of 0 is undefined, or we don't divide any number with 0, we don't divide any number with 0, because 0 table is, everything is 0, 0 1 is 0, 0 2 is 0, 0 3 is 0, so we are not getting specific value, we are not getting unique value. So that's what, so q should not be 0. If you take q 0, every answer is 0, 1 by 0, 0, 1 by 0 is undefined, 2 by 0 is undefined, like that we will get infinite, every number is infinite, that is the no answer. So that's what we should not take q 0, because division of 0 is undefined. So this doubt is clarified. Now why we are denoting with q, why we are denoting with q, why we are not denoting with r? Because starting letter r now I will say, starting letter r means r already have taken for real numbers, so real numbers are denoted with r because it is also starting with r. So that's what real numbers are taking r, so that's what we are not taking rational numbers r. Then why we are denoting with q? Why we are denoting with q means, I will say, see here, 8 is there, this 8 is divided with 2, 8 4s are, sorry, 2 4s are 8, so 0. This is divisor, this is dividend, this is quotient, this is remainder. We know very well. This is dividend, this is divisor, this is quotient, and this is remainder. We know very well. So what we are getting answer, if I divide 8 by 2, what is my answer? My answer is 4. My answer is 4. This 4 where it is there? This is in quotient. This is what? Quotient. So my answer is quotient. This is a rational number. 8 by 2 is a rational number. I am getting the answer quotient. I am getting the answer quotient. If I do 9 by 2, then I will get 4 point something, 4.5 like that. So means what? I am getting answer 4.5. That is quotient. That is quotient. In the quotient, what is the starting letter? Q. Thus Q we are taking. That Q only we are taking. Okay. So now you understand, I think. So why you are taking Q? Because quotient. The quotient letter, quotient word, the starting letter Q. That's what we are taking Q. Next, fifth one, that is irrational numbers. Irrational numbers. The numbers which are in the form of p by q where q not equal to 0 are called rational numbers, so we have stated. Now opposite, the numbers which are not in the form of p by q, which are not in the form of p by q are called irrational numbers. Means those numbers will not be in the p by q, means those numbers will not be this one, will not be this one, will not be this one, will not be this one. So those are different numbers. So these four are same, but these are different. So like that numbers are called irrational numbers. The numbers which are not in the form of, the number which are not in the form of p by q and q not equal 0 and q not equal 0 are called irrational numbers. Irrational numbers. So it is denoted with q dash r I, q dash r I. So the numbers will be root 2, root 3, e and pi. So most important, letter e is also irrational number, so some value will be there, 2 point something 7 something, and pi is also there, 1.314, so 3.1416 like that, so 3.1416 like that, and so on will be there. So these are the special numbers, so those numbers cannot be written in the form of p by q. So that's what these numbers are called irrational numbers. So next going to learn, that is real numbers. Our main chapter, our main important chapter, that is the first chapter, that is real numbers. The set which is having all numbers, natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, rational numbers, irrational number, is called real number. The set which consists natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, rational numbers, irrational number, is called real numbers. So for example, let us take, this is a natural number, this is whole numbers, this is integers, this is rational numbers. Now somewhere it will be there, that is irrational numbers. This total is called real numbers. So this is the diagram of the real number system. Now I think you understand each and every concept. Today after this class 8 o'clock I am going to conduct grand test about this concept. I may ask anything, so rational numbers are denoted with dash letter, so like that also I may ask, because so basic students will be there and standard students will be there. So that's what I am going to give the basic level and standard level in the concept itself. So basic students will take basic students bits and standard students will get standard students bits. Okay, so like this. So I think you understand each and everything. So I think natural numbers system, so number system completed. Now these are the remaining topics I am going to conduct. So I am going to complete now. Let us see. Now even number. So now next one going to learn even number. The numbers which are divisible by 2, those are even numbers. Let us take 2. So 2 is completely divisible by 2. So 2 is an even number. 4 is also completely divisible by 2. So that is also even number. 6, 8, 10, 12, and so on. So the numbers which are divisible by 2 completely means getting remainder 0, are called even numbers. So here even number formula is 2n or 2m or 2k, any variable you can say. So 2n, the numbers should be in the form of 2n. Those are the even numbers. Next, the numbers which are not divisible by 2 means getting remainder 1. Means remainder is 1. Those are odd numbers. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, and so on. This is the formula 2n plus 1. If any number, if you find 2n plus 1, that is a odd number formula. Now let us take one example. I am taking 8. So 2 4s are 8. Just now we have discussed. So completely divided by 8 by 2. Completely dividing 8 by 2. So getting remainder 0. So it is even number. Now let us take 9. 2 4s are 8. So 1. So remainder is not getting. Remainder is 1 getting not getting 0. So that's that 9 is an odd number. So division of 2 completely is called even number. Division of 2 not complete, that is odd number. Next, prime number. A number which has only 2 factors, 1 and itself. A number which has 2 factors, 1 and itself. A number which has 2 factors, 1 and itself is called prime number. So now I am going to explain in detail. Now see here, 2 is dividing 8. 2 is dividing 8 completely, means 2 is a factor of 8. 2 is a factor of 8. 4 is also dividing 8, means 4 is also factor of 8. 1 is also dividing 8, so 1 is also factor of 8. 8 is also dividing 8, so 8 is also factor of 8. Means 8 factors what? 1, 2, 4, 8. So 8 factors are having 4, 1, 2, 4, 8. So that's what a number which has 1 and itself, means that number must be divided with 1 and that number must be divided with itself. Those numbers are called prime numbers. Those numbers are called prime numbers. The number which has 2 factors, the number which has only 2 factors, that is 1 and itself, 1 and itself, that is prime number. Now I am going to give you 25 prime numbers below 100. You have to really by heart, or you have to really remember, or you have to really note down anywhere. Those are 2, 3, 5, 7, single digits, 11, 13, 17, 19. These are the below 20. 23, 29, 37, 31, 37, 41, 43, 47, 53, 59, 61, 67, 71, 73, 79, 83, 89, 97. See here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So total 25 prime numbers are there below 100. Below 100. Next, even number completed, odd number, prime number completed. Next, composite number. A number which has 2 factors, at least 1 and itself. 1 and itself, that is a prime number we just learned. Now, one more adding point. A number which has at least 3 factors. A number which has at least 3 factors is called composite number. See 8, just now we have discussed 8. 8 is having 4 factors. So the definition is at least 3. At least 3 means 3 may be there, 4 may be there, 5 may be there, 6 may be there, like that. Any number of factors are there, no problem. So means those are the composite numbers. The number which has at least 3 factors, the number which has at least 3 factors are called composite numbers. So listen here. So the least composite number is 4, because 1 is not having 3 factors. 2 is also not having 3 factors because it's prime number. 3 is also not having 3 factors because it's also prime number. 4 is having 3 factors. 1 dividing, 2 dividing, 4 dividing. So 3 factors it is having. 4, 6, 8, 9. 9 is also composite number. See, 1 is dividing 9, 3 is dividing 9, 9 is also dividing 9. So that's what it's a composite number. 10, 12, 14, 15, 15 also, and so on. Now we can say simply that a number which is not a prime number, those are the composite numbers. So the number which is not a prime number, those are also composite numbers. If it is not prime number, it must be composite number. It must be composite number. And one more important thing I want to say, that is, in all prime numbers, only 2 is the even prime number. Only this 2 only the even prime number. There is no any other even prime number. You can write lakh of prime numbers or 1 crore of prime numbers. In that you can't find even numbers. Only this 2 only, the 1 even number only prime number. 1 even prime number only, that is the 2. 1 even prime number only is there, that is 2. Most very important. So composite number. So this concept completed. Next, factor 3. So generally we are seeing so many trees. In mathematics also we can write number of trees. That is called a tree which is written by factors. A tree which is written by or which is drawn by factors, that is called tree diagram or factor tree. Tree diagram or factor tree. A tree which is drawn by factors, that is called tree diagram or factor tree. Now listen, take any number. So like I am taking 8. So 18 number I am keeping box or make it circle, no problem. So we can write this is 3 6 are. What we can write? 3 6 are. Again this 3 can be written as 1 3s are. Again this 6 can be written as 2 3s are. So like that we can write. Again if you want to try, write. So 1 3s are 1 2s are 1 3s are. Again 1 3s are like means we need not to write 1. So that's what we can stop here. Like that means it will be coming and coming and coming. So like that 18 can be written as 3 6 are, 6 can be written as 8, again 2 3s are. So this is a factor 3, factor 3. One more number I am going to take, that is 34. So 2 17s are, 2 17s are. So this is a tree diagram, factor 3. So we can say factor. Next, fundamental theorem. Fundamental theorem. So very easy. Every composite number can be written as the product of the prime numbers, product of the prime numbers in one and only one way or unique way. That is called fundamental theorem. Take any composite number, that number can be written as the product of the prime numbers. Means we are doing factorization, we are doing factorization, we are doing prime factorization, we are doing prime factorization. So every composite number can be written as the product of the prime numbers in one and only one way, in one and only one way, means in unique way. That is called factor theorem. Now here all composite numbers, every number can be written as the product of the prime numbers. See here, 2 into 2, 2 into 3, 2 into 2 into 2, 3 into 3, 5 into 2, 2 into 2 into 3. See, every composite number we are writing product of the prime numbers in one and only one way. So 2 into 2. Again this 2 means that is the only unique way. That is only unique way. So 2 2s are 4, 2 3s are 6, 3 into 2 are 2 into 3. Both are same. So because commutative property. That's what, no need of writing again. So 2 into 3, 2 into 2 into 2, 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 3 3s are 9, 5 2s are 10. So 2 2s are 4, 4 3s are 12. So every composite number can be written as the product of the prime numbers in unique way or in one and only one way. That is called fundamental theorem. That is called fundamental theorem. Now LCM and HCF. LCM and HCF. Least common multiple, highest common factor. Least common multiple, highest common factor. So now we are going to discuss LCM and HCF. After that, rational numbers in detail. So rational numbers in depth we are going to learn. Then after that, 3 theorems are there. So these 3 theorems are statements are enough, because we are going to write competitive exams, no need of proofs. Only the statements are most very important. Now let us go for LCM and HCF. LCM, least common multiple. Least common multiple. Let us take 2 3 4. So 2 multiples, 2 1s are, 2 2s are, 2 3s are, 2 4s are, 2 5s are, 2 6s are, 2 7s are, 2 8s are, and so on. 3 multiples, 3 1s are 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, and so on. 4 multiple, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, and so on. So 24 and so on. Now these are the multiples of 2 and 3 and 4. So what is what we want? LCM, least common multiple of 2 or more numbers. See here, common multiples I am writing, CMs. So in the state all CMs are coming here. Now see here, common multiples. Here common multiple 12 is there, 12 is there, 12 is there. So in every way 12 is there. So 12. Next 24 will be there, 24 here also will be there, here also will be there. Next 36 here also will be there, here also will be there, here also will be there, and so on, means here also and so on. So common multiples are also so many are there. Common multiples are also so many are there. In that least, what is the least one in this? So 12 is the least. So LCM is 12. LCM is 12. So that is the definition of LCM. That is the definition of LCM. What is the LCM definition? The least number of the all common multiples of 3 or more numbers, of 2 or more numbers, is called LCM. Is called LCM. Next, HCF. Now 18 factors, 1 is dividing, 2 is dividing, 3 is dividing, 6 is dividing, 9 is dividing, 18 also dividing. So 18 number is divided by 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 8, 18. So no more number is dividing 18. So that's enough. 16 is divided with 1, 2, 3 is not dividing, so 4, 5 is not dividing, 6 is not dividing, 7 is not dividing, 8 and 16. Now these are the numbers, these are the factors of these numbers. Now let us see here common factors, CFs. Here CMs, here CFs. What are the common factors? So here 1 is there, here 2 is there, 1 comma 2, 1 comma 2 means this 18 and 16 are divided with 1 and also 2. In these common factors, what is the highest? Highest is 2. Highest is 2 because our definition is highest common factor. So therefore SCF is 2. SCF is 2 of these two numbers. Now we can say, we can define the highest common factor of all common factors. The highest common factor of the all common factors of 2 or more numbers is called highest common factor. Is called highest common factor. Here most very important, if you take any two numbers, so for example if I find LCM, so if I find LCM, what I will get? So one more method you know very well, 18, 16, so 2 9s are, 2 8s are. So answer 144. Answer 144. Now if you find these two product SCF into LCM, so LCM into SCF how much you will get? 288. So 2 into 144, 288. So means this is nothing but SCF or LCM. LCM into SCF is equal to A into B. If you multiply these two numbers, you will get 288. You will get 288. 16 8s are 288. So this is the most very important formula. LCM into SCF is equal to A into B. The product of two numbers is equal to the product of its LCM and SCF. So their LCM and SCF. The product of two numbers is equal to the product of the LCM and SCF of their product. So their LCM and SCF. So this is the most very important formula. Next, fractions LCM. Fractions LCM is, for example, 1 by 2, 3 by 5 and so on is there. So fractions LCM is LCM of numerators by SCF of denominators. So fractions LCM is LCM of numerator by SCF of denominators. Same like that, fractions SCF is SCF of numerators by LCM of the denominators. Next, rational numbers in detail. Rational numbers in detail. So rational numbers now we know very well. The numbers which are in the form of P by Q are called rational numbers. The numbers which are in the form of P by Q. For example, 7 by 2. So this is a number which is in the form of P by Q. Now if you divide 7 by 2, you will get 3.5. So means 7 is divided by 2, you will get 3.5. Means it is terminated. So it is called terminating decimals. So every rational number can be written as two decimal form. One is terminating decimal and one more is non-terminating with recurring decimal. Non-terminating with recurring decimal. So now here rational number means two types. One is terminating decimal, one more is non-terminating with recurring decimal. Non-terminating with recurring decimal. So terminating decimal means it completely divided numerator with denominator. It is completely divided numerator with denominator. Non-terminating means it is not completely dividing. It is not completely dividing. Some number is repeating. Some number is repeating or recurring number is coming again and again. That number is denoted with bar. That number is denoted with bar. Now, so some theorems are there. If A is any positive number and P is a prime number, if A square is divided by P, then A is also divided by P. For example, let us consider 4 divided by 2. 2 is a prime number, 4 is any number. Now, if any number is divided with prime number, then this can be written as 2 square. Then 2 square by 2 means 2 is also divided with 2. If any number is divided with prime number, then that number is also divided with prime number. The square of any number is divided with prime number, then that number is also divided with prime number. Once again, the square of any number is divided with prime number, then that number is also divided with prime number. Most important theorem. If root 2 is a irrational number, then 2 root 2, 5 root 2, 7 root 2 is also irrational number. Next, here most very important thing, that is the terminating decimal can be written in the numerator, in denominator. If it is terminating, the denominator can be written as 2 power into 5 power n. For example, let us consider it is terminating decimal. If it is terminating decimal, then it can be written as 2 power into 5 power m. So we know very well, generally we know very well, that is 125 by 100. It is terminating decimal because 1.25. This number can be written as 125 by, this is 100, 4 25s means 2 square, 5 square. See here. So if it is terminating decimal, then denominator must be written in the form of 2 power n, 5 power m. Denominator can be written as 2 power n into 5 power m. If denominator can be written as 2 power n, 5 power m, then it is a terminating decimal. If a denominator is not written 2 power n and 5 power m, then it is non-terminating with recurring decimal, with a non-terminating and recurring decimal. So this is the most very important concept in a real number. So now I am going to give a grand test in all WhatsApp groups. If anyone still not joined, so join the WhatsApp group. The links will be in the description. So join, and please, if you like this concept, if you like this teaching, please send to all your friends, please share to all your friends. So please make subscribe to my channel if you are the first viewer, and like my video and share to all. So if you have any doubts, let us comment. So let us discuss in the comment box. So thank you very much. So if you like this video, like it. If you want to share it, share it. If you want to subscribe, subscribe. Thank you very much. Bye bye.